Okay, so this is EC5 engine in a Peugeot 301 phase 1. It's 1.6 VTI inline 6 petrol engine. Okay, so what's the issue? The car has a weird misfire that usually happens cold start or first crank in the morning. So start the vehicle, it will run smoothly for about 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. As the RPM starts to drop, immediately the misfire will start, and once it starts, the manner of the misfire shows, the rough idle shows that it's more than one cylinder that's shut down or stopped working. And the issue will remain until you disconnect the battery, plug it back in. You will use your scan tool to erase all the fault on the ECU, engine ECU, and then the misfire goes away, and as if nothing happens the whole of the day until the next morning. Then the whole thing starts again. Okay, so the diagnosis started with scanning the vehicle, and it showed three faults. First is the camshaft defacer. The camshaft defacer is inside this timing chamber housing. So this is the position. This is why you see this one, you can see it's not on the same level with this, so it's behind this cover. The second one, this is showed permanent fault, camshaft defacer, then cylinder 3 and cylinder 4, of course, combustion misfiring, permanent as well. So I decided to probe further. I checked the fuel pressure, and the fuel pressure also was excessively high. It was meant to be 50 psi, but what I got was 80 psi. In fact, a little bit over 80, which is, in fact, even a turbocharged engine, remember this is not a naturally aspirated engine, even a turbocharged engine doesn't even run up to that 80 psi. It's supposed to even be 72, 75 psi, so it's not even safe for this engine to be running that high pressure. So you need to deal with the fuel pressure to come down to 50 psi, which has to be with the entire fuel pump assembly. So anyway, moving further, I removed the timing cover with my team. I checked the timing, and it was properly set. All the timing marks showed that everything was correct. So plug it back, check the spark plugs, they were all okay. So of course the next in line would have been the ignition coil, but then the symptom doesn't indicate the ignition coil, because is the symptom expected to be more persistent, or it's supposed to show itself sometime in the day, not just wait until the next morning for it to manifest. So which shows I know how ignition coil fails. It says more, if not constant, but at least every once in a while, to show its ugly head. So I rule it out, but it doesn't hurt to try a test with another. But then, like I said, I understand what's going on to some extent. Then the injectors, the symptoms not like this. If injector is partially blocked, it will persist, not just when the engine is cold and goes off immediately you disconnect the battery or clear the faults, so kind of rule it out. So, and what I know that could trigger this is the timing, and once it's talking about timing, here is the VTC, or the camshaft defacer, can disrupt the entire proper combustion on the cylinders. So first thing to deal with is this. Remember, what I observed was when you clear the faults, the cylinders 3 and 4 faults will go away the whole of the day. The camshaft defacer fault will come back immediately you start the engine. However, it will now show intermittent fault or temporary fault instead of permanent. But when that issue comes, it will be permanent. However, you drive the car the whole of the day. By the next morning, you start the car, and once that misfire comes back, it's changed from intermittent to permanent, while this will now come back as permanent. So what is more constant here is the variable timing camshaft sprocket or the camshaft defacer. So this is enough to trigger the misfire on the cylinders. So whatever happens, even if it remains, this needs to be dealt with first, because timing, you can't manage timing. You have to get it right before you can even rule out the others. So this first has to be ruled out, which most likely will take care of the misfire. So like I said, the timing was correct, nothing to do here. So that is the report. So my advice, fuel pressure will have to be dealt with, which may or may not be the cause of this. Because as for you to show this is enough to, whatever you do on the fuel, which is very, very risky, having a fuel pressure that is more than the system is supposed to handle. Okay, so this is the diagnostic report.